Welcome into another telecast of LMC Varsity Sports. I'm Troy McGraw, and we are here at Mamaroneck High School for our first playoff game of the season, as it's a first-round boys lacrosse matchup between the 4-12 Clarkstown South Vikings and the 10-5 Mamaroneck Tigers. Mamaroneck comes in a good tune-up match. Actually, Mamaroneck's 10-6. A good tune-up match against Yorktown. They lost in the pouring rain a couple days ago, but that should do wonders for them today. And they're heavily favored, and we'll see if they can win this game here against Clarkstown South. When we get back, we'll have the opening face-off here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, alongside cameraman BJ Person Peary and Rob Moretti and Gary Francois.
I'm Charlie McGraw. Rob is also LMC Varsity Sports producer.
Mamaroneck, the 4 seed here in Class A, highest seed not to get a first round bye, takes on the 4-12 number 13 seed Clarkstown South Vikings. Here at very sunny Mamaroneck High School, a beautiful day for outdoor sports. A little hot for some lacrosse, but it's better than it being cold, as Mamaroneck will get the ball and they'll bring it up following a infraction on the face-off. And it is passed to JB Connor, who passes to Tom Conley. Last time we were here, Tom Conley had 5 goals for Mamaroneck. He passes behind the goal to Emmett Fay, who had 3 goals and 4 assists that game, including an assist to defenseman Daniel O'Rourke. That was a 14-4 victory for Mamaroneck over White Plains last week. Last Thursday, it's Wednesday, May 17th, first round playoff game. The winner of this game will take on number 5 Arlington and number 12 Clarkstown North, as Clarkstown South steals it away following the shot. Goalie Thomas Rogan played it to the side and played up and intercepted by O'Rourke. And O'Rourke plays it to Fay. Fay is very dangerous with the ball as he goes towards the goal. He shoots and he scores! 1-0. A minute, 30 seconds gone by, and Mamaroneck already has a 1-0 lead. What a goal by Emmett Fay as he ran about 30 yards and shot it past Grogan for the first goal. The assist was thrown about from midfield, but it was a short pass from Max Plonsker, so unofficial assist for him. I think that would count, though, as an assist. Yeah, for Plonsker, so he just gets an assist. So Tim Summer will take the face-off, as will the defenseman. From Clarkstown South. So a minute and a half in, Emmett Fay's goal just scored and assisted by Max Plonsker. First of the game, and another face-off win for the Tigers. And Tim Summer brought up here quickly by Reed Sakakini, as he's double teamed. Gets away from the defense and plays it to Will Martin. Martin to Emmett Fay. To Chris Conley. Excuse me, Tom Conley. Chris is the middle Conley brother, Peter the older one. We had the privilege of covering 3-4 years, or 5 years ago. I think just graduated from Georgetown last year, or this year. This is his senior year, as he redshirted. Yeah, 2012. Yeah, we did that. That was a great game in the semifinals. I think it was Lakeland Panis, right, in the semifinal. They beat, yep. LMC Varsity Sport historian Rob Moretti agrees with me. No, but Conley brothers are lacrosse legends, as Tom continuing it on and it looks like it'll go to Clarkstown South.
As it was closest to it was Buddy Spiegel
For the Vikings, and they'll bring it up as he plays it to Salvador Canella.
Brought up by Bodie Gallo. In goal for Mamaroneck is once again Jack Denty.
He's been the starting goalie since he took over during his sophomore year. Midway through the Bronxville game, and there was the second or third game of the season at Bronxville. He went in goal and hasn't come out since, except, blowouts like against White Plains. And
The backups are Patrick Sundin and Sam Giroux's the number 2.
Sundin's the number 3. They're both juniors. So they'll battle next year for the starting position.
Brought in here
By Dean Bauman, Clarkstown South. And the shot is saved by Denty. First save and first shot.
Bauman gets the shot off despite the pressure, and the first save of the game for Jack Denty, as Thomas Grogan has one save
For the Vikings. 7:45 left in this first quarter.
These two teams did not meet during the regular season. 4-12 Clarkstown South, 10-6 Mamaroneck. Winner will advance to play the winner of number 5 Arlington or number 12 Clarkstown North here in the quarterfinals. Mamaroneck wins it. It'll be a home game. Clarkstown South can pull up the upset and be at whoever wins the other game, because the 13 seed, so either the 5 or 12 would host. That one played in, and a shot is wide by Court Chambers. Deflected by the defenseman Salvador Canella, picked up by the other defenseman James D. Stefano. And this Stefano passes to Thomas Grogan, nearly intercepted by Conley, but brought up now by Gabriel Santos after it was played by the goalie Grogan. Near the goal and dropped by Clarkstown South, and then picked up by the defenseman Bobby Bizzard. And the junior Bizzard looks to play it forward, but smartly just passes back to Denty. Denty to Felix Miller. Miller, the defenseman, brings it up here. He switches now with Colin Lavin. And faking that was Will Martin. Saw Will Martin faking passes like that during warm-ups when he was having their catch on the field before the game. Saw the players catch with one another during warm-ups. He was doing moves like that. Good to see that transfer over to the game. Reed Sakakini, a sophomore, brings it towards the goal. Sakakini shoots, and a save made by Grogan, his second. So he got a piece of it and deflected wide. It will stay with Mamaroneck and Colin Lavin. 5:50 remaining in this first quarter, just 1-0. Minute and a half in, goal by Emmett Fay, assisted by Max Plonsker. Fay, one of the leading scorers on the team, along with Tom Conley. Martin has it, passes, and the shot is deflected off of Clarkstown South. That was a sniper taken by Teddy Knowles. Emmett Fay behind the goal, makes his defender fall, spins around, and a good save made by Thomas Grogan. And now picked up by Clarkstown South and Gabriel Santos as they look to clear it out after Mamaroneck had it in their zone. And White Plains, that went off of Mamaroneck. Will Martin, so it'll stay with Clarkstown South. It's weird, though, when White Plains played here last week against, bringing it all the way up, is the goalie Thomas Grogan. And even though Grogan was bringing it forward, timeout called by Coach Mark Leavell. Didn't want his goalie bringing it up that far. So when we get back, 1-0, 4:54 to go. Clarkstown South hanging in there with the 4-seed Tigers of Mamaroneck. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Charlie McGraw, here at Memorial Field. Great timeout call by Coach Mark Leavell. Thomas Grogan brought it up about 60 yards, and even though he had clear space, they weren't really challenging him. After he got by Emmett Fay, it was a good timeout, and that's how Clarkstown South will have it, and it's an even better steal by Felix Miller, and he'll bring it up for the Tigers. Clean game so far, no penalties in the first 7.5 minutes. As Tom Conley has it now, triple teamed. Falling to the turf was Salvador Canela. But before, I was trying to say that it's interesting because when they played White Plains was falling to their feet a lot as well. That's a good save by Grogan, and as it goes right in front of the goal on a good shot by Tom Conley, and now saved again. So 5 saves by Thomas Grogan. He's keeping the Vikings in it, and he passes, and a blindsided hit by Summer, but a clean one as the ref was 20 yards behind it and didn't call anything. But no disapproval from the Clarkstown South crowd, so clean nonetheless. And this one will be played in by Griffin Brennan, to right in front of the loose balls that are put in play if they go out. Barely staying in bounds and stealing it was Declan Harrigan, playing it up to Sommer. A lot of guys getting action now, especially in this very hot day. And an assist for Declan Sommer, as that one is scored by Tim Sommer. No, excuse me, Declan Harrigan. So an assist for Declan Harrigan on the pass to Tim Sommer as he puts it past the goalie Grogan, and it's quickly 2-0. So Tim Sommer with the goal on the assist from Declan Harrigan, sophomore to junior, and a goal from Emmett Fay, a minute 30 in from Max Plonsker. And it's quickly 2-0 with 3:18 to go. Plenty of time for Clarkstown South. This is a team, though, that got shut out by White Plains, who Mamaroneck beat 14-4 last week. About a month ago, they lost 4-0 to White Plains. So that one scored by Emmett Fay on the fake out. Second goal of the game, assisted by Tom Conley. And Mamaroneck now leads 3-0 as they have scored 2 goals in 15 seconds. 2 goals now for Emmett Fay, an assist for Tom Conley. Declan Harrigan has an assist. Plonsker has an assist, and Sommer has an assist. Five saves for Thomas Grogan, 1 save for Jack Denty. And it's 3-0 here at Memorial Field between the number 13 seeded Clarkstown South Vikings, as they win a rare face-off, as Mamaroneck had won all of the other ones. And Mamaroneck is the 4 seed. 10-6 Tigers, 4-12 Clarkstown South, as they just got into the playoffs. They were the last team in. 3 teams that got byes were Lakeland Panis, the 1 who Mamaroneck nearly beat, lost 12-10. The 2 is Wappingers, combined team of John Jay, East Fishkill, and Ketchum. RC Ketchum. And then the 3 is Scarsdale, as the 3 of them got byes. Winner of this game will play number 5 Arlington or number 12 Clarkstown North, which I'm sure Rob will try and find a score of later. So timeout, Coach Jeff Barnard, is a possibility of a a turnover looming. So it's 3-0, 2:13 left in the first quarter. Mamaroneck on top of Clarkstown South. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside cameraman Gary Francois, BJ Person-Peary, and LMC Varsity Sports producer and cameraman Rob Moretti. I'm Troy McGraw, and that's the first foul of the day, as hitting him as it'll be a man advantage for Tom Conley's Tigers, as Conley drew it. It looked like there was contact with the face mask, so that's what they called it. Gabriel Santos will be heading to the sidelines. man advantage coming for Mamaroneck. They look to make it 4-0 on the man advantage. Nearly stolen away and loose on the turf and picked up by Court Chambers and then shuffled to Emmett Fay. Back to Chambers, to Conley, to Chambers. And Fay with the sniper, and it goes behind the goal. 1:33 left, clock stopped as they reset behind the goal, and Conley plays it. Just realized how tall Will Martin is. It's like 6'2", 6'3". And that shot is a save made. Tom Conley shot saved by Thomas Grogan, his 6th of the game already, unofficially. And that one brought towards the goal, a shot off the post. That close to making a 3-1 game, hitting the post. A man down was Kevin Stush. Offsides against Mamaroneck, so it'll go to Clarkstown South. So Clarkstown South will have it as back in the game is, well, not in the game, but no longer man advantage for Mamaroneck. 30-second penalty or a minute? I don't know, well, it's no longer a penalty. So they nearly turn it over, and they do. Instead of picking up the ball, it went for the hit to Kyle Samuels, and smartly it was picked up by Court Chambers. Passes to Conley, to Fay, and Fay gets decked. And he hits the deck, a blindsided hit, and he'll bring it towards the goal, and it passes to Chambers, and a save made as a man advantage again coming. Grogan makes his 7th save of the day. Already 7 saves for Grogan. 3 goals. Could be more if he didn't make so many saves. And it's a man advantage on the blindsided hit. And taking the penalty was Buddy Spiegel. 25 seconds, so it'll last the rest of the period if Mamaroneck can't score. Pass, Conley, another save. Number 8 by Grogan. "13 seconds left to Fay. Chambers. A shot is scored by J.B. Connor, assisted by Court Chambers, and it's 4-0 Mamaroneck taking advantage of the man advantage. So 4-0 with 5 seconds to go in the period. Goals, 2 goals by Emmett Fay, a goal by J.B. Connor now, a goal by Tim Summer, the face-off specialist and forward, attack man. Actually, midi. Assist by Max Blonsker, Declan Harrigan, Chambers, and Conley. Taking the face-off will be Summer. Four nothing. 5 seconds left. Mamaroneck leading here in the first quarter. And taking it, Gabriel Santos. And it's won by South and the end of the period. So 4-0 lead for Mamaroneck. Here on LMC Varsity Sports, second period coming up next. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, sloppy face-off. It's 4-0 as we start the second quarter, and it's picked up by O'Rourke, passing to Conley as the two teams switch sides. Conley to Fay. Fay with a nice pass and assist to Will Martin. Will Martin's first goal of the game. Emmett Fay now has 2 to go along with his 2 goals and assist. And Mamaroneck leads 5-0 with 16 seconds gone by in the second quarter. It was just 2-0. Actually, it was only 1-0 with 3 minutes and like 30 seconds to go, and then Mamaroneck scored 2 goals in 30 seconds. And actually in 15 seconds, and a 3:15 mark, and that make it 3-0. And then they scored 1 at the end of the period to make it 4-0. But the first 9 minutes were very close, as it was only 1-0. And Kevin Stush hit the post for Clarkstown South, but that was when it was 3-0. That would have made it 3-1. Infraction, Sakini wins, gets the face-off for Mamaroneck. Conley has it to score in 5 against White Plains. Conley just having a rather quiet day with just the 1 assist so far. Picked up by Sakakini. One of the better names on the Mamaroneck team. Younger brother of Quinn and Sakakini, who played soccer for Mamaroneck and lacrosse. Thank you, Rob. Rob knows who he was. As Rob put on Twitter recently, he knows Yankees like 2000s, right?
Yeah.
And Rhineck and Mamaroneck sports. As that shot by Lavin is saved wide by Grogan. So Rob considers himself a sports enthusiast. Another save by Grogan 11. Mamaroneck Rhineck, sports historian, even though he's just 29. The fresh save, he looks 28. Going out of the box again. Last time called the timeout to save him is Grogan. Timeout again. There's another timeout by Mark Leavell. And they'll keep the ball, and we'll be right back. 5-0, 10:01 remaining here in the first half on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, following the smart timeout once again by Mark Leavell. They'll bring it back up with Clarkstown South. They've used 2 timeouts, but Mamaroneck has used 1, both called by the coaches. Dribbling it near towards the goal, and it pops up, and it goes right to the Jack Denty, who gets a save. Doorstep, Faye gets it and scores. What a goal for the hat trick. And the nice pass by Martin, and a great catch to get it, and then bounce it by Grogan. Emmett Faye now has 3 goals and an assist, and Will Martin now has a goal and an assist. Mamaroneck leads 6-0. For a game that the first 8.5, 9 minutes was just, actually first 8.5 minutes, it was just 1-0. Mamaroneck has exploded since then, as from the final 3 minutes, they scored 3 goals. In the final 3:15 of the first quarter. And then in the first 2:50 of this quarter, they've scored 2. So it's 6-0. This game started about 15 minutes late. Clarkstown South was late on their travel. Faye looking for goal number 4, and it's saved by Grogan. Save number 12 already. Mamaroneck putting a lot of shots on target and saving a lot, as a bone-crunching hit there from Tim Summer causes the turnover as it goes to Court Chambers. And that's a goal scored by Tim Summer, second. I think assisted by Connor. Connor passed it from up there. Although Faye was on the other, behind it, he didn't. So 2 goals for Summer now. And a goal and an assist for JB Connor, and it's quickly 7-0. With 8:12 left. So 2 goals in less than a minute again for the Tigers. They've done that twice so far now. A little breeze Feels good at the back here. Won by Mamaroneck. As the official says white. Falling down as Tom Conley gets back up, passes, and a shot high and wide. Jake Firestein. Goal scored. Fay with the assist to Will Martin. So Will Martin now has 2 goals and an assist. Fay now has 3 goals and an assist. No, 3 goals and 2 assists, excuse me. And Mamaroneck leads 8-0. With 7:32 left in this first quarter. Nearly won by Clarkstown South, and they do pick it up. Brought in by Griffin Brennan. Passing it to Carbone, Nicholas Carbone. Plays it to Dean Bauman. Play to Bodie Gallo, passes and swung around the top to Bauman, to Kyle Samuels, and a reset here by the Vikings. And the shot is wide, but backed up by Clarkstown South, so they'll keep it on the wide shot taken. By Kyle Samuels. Hope you guys voted for the play of the year, as no longer voting. Voting is closed. It'll be announced next week at the Emlyn Theater. Only Rob Moretti knows, and he's sworn to secrecy.
Not the Emlyn Theater. VFW.
What VFW?
The VFW.
Who are they? As that's scored by Emmett Fay, assisted by Chris Conley. Hook up again. Tom Conley, excuse me. That's the second time I've done that, Rob. We set the over-under at 4, halfway there. Tom Conley with his second assist of the game, and now Emmett Fay has 4 goals. 4 goals and 2 assists for Emmett Fay, and 2 assists for Tom Conley now. So, the awards are now at the VFW? Mm-hmm. They used to be at the Emlyn Theater, right?
Correct.
What's the VFW?
The VFW Post. It's on Boston Post Road.
VFW Post. Oh, it's like where the scouts hang out?
Yeah.
I guess. Give her an hour or less. I guess it's cheaper to go there, huh?
A lot.
A lot cheaper, Rob said. For the LMC awards. It's got to be a smaller space, though.
It's fine. It's enough.
Is this the first year they've been there?
3rd.
Oh, 3rd year. So that'll be next week?
Mm-hmm. Wednesday, 24th.
Will it be streamed live?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you'll tweet out the play after, right?
I will.
You could just tell me after the quarter. I know, he won't tell me. He's treating it like it's Fort Knox. As the Tigers lead 9-0, looking to make it double digits already. Martin shot.
Ryder Lipson, our president.
That doesn't make sense, though, because our president doesn't really have tight lips.
Right, but I do.
Groff said tighter lips than a president, and I said, well, that's pretty easy to do because Trump, telling ISIS stuff, or Russia stuff about ISIS. So that's another assist for Emmett Fay as he finds Teddy Knowles for his first goal of the game, goal number 10, and 3 assists now for Emmett Fay. Mamaroneck leads 10-0, 5:02 left, as they have scored in the last 10 minutes, because there's 12 minutes. They've scored 9 goals, because actually, yeah, last 10 minutes and 15 seconds scored 10. The official has a discussion with the scorer, Corrales. About the score.
He didn't know when running time starts.
Former wrestling coach Corrales. He knows who he is. 10-0 Mamaroneck. No, when there was like 3:30 left in the first, there was still 1-0, and then they scored with about 3:15. 2 in a row as Emmett Fay steals it from the goalie, but he can't save it, and he hits it out. It goes to Clarkstown South. So the final 3 minutes, they scored 3 goals in that quarter, 3:15, and then the first 7 here, they've scored 6 in this quarter. So that's the last 10.5 of the combined end of the first to the beginning of the second. They scored 9 goals in 10.5 minutes in Mamaroneck. Pretty impressive, as the rest of the first 8.5 of the quarter, they only had 1 goal. So pretty impressive, Rob. So you could stat that up on Twitter for you. Stats Rothman.
It's not me.
No, you're just Radar Rob. There's nothing to look at today with the radars. It's beautiful. And what a goal, unassisted. Getting tripped on the play by Buddy Spiegel. JB Connor scores his second goal. He has 2 goals and an assist now. As 1 goal away from running time. Mamaroneck can make it 12-0. 4:02 left in this first quarter. Mamaroneck coasting here in this first round playoff game here on LMC Varsity Sports. Thanks so much for watching. Thomas Grogan has 13 saves for Clarkstown South. 2 more saves than goals he's allowed, and 2 saves for Jack Denty to go up along with his shutout so far. Teddy Knowles just wide of the goal, looking for goal number 2 for the assistant captain. Him, Knowles, Denty, O'Rourke, and Fay, all the captains. As the goalie Grogan finds a wide open man in Kyle Samuels, and he'll bring it in. Passes, and it's dropped by Clarkstown South's Nicholas Carbone. Picked up though, and behind the goal he has a man in Griffin Brennan, the freshman. Three minutes to go in this first half. Mamaroneck leads 11-0. What a difference a week can make in the weather. Last week we were here with our heavy jackets and 50 degrees, very windy, and today it's there. I think Jack Denty got a piece of that for his 3rd save. Now it's 80 degrees, shorts, t-shirt. And we have Rob's crappy suntan lotion to spray on. His CVS brand, budgeted. Can't get a sponsor like when I worked for the Bridgeport Bluefish. We were sponsored by Banana Boat. Got all that free suntan lotion here at Public Access. We don't have those sponsorships. Denty trying to cut it off. He leaves his home, but his defense deflects it away, and then picked up by who passed it, Kevin Stush, as he hit the post in the first period. The best scoring chance of the game so far for the Vikings. They look to cut the deficit to 10 with a goal here. Spinning movement, a shot is blocked. Looked like getting a piece of it was the body of Felix Miller. Infraction against Clarkstown South. They turn it over. Brought up now by Shane Smith. Shane Smith has it. Passes to Tom Conley. Picked up save by Grogan, number 14. Grogan brings it up again, nearly loses it to Conley. I don't think they have a timeout as they already used their 2 during the first half. Grogan looking to make some history. Infraction. Fay asked for it. Sprinting back is Grogan. Fay asked for it from O'Rourke, but he didn't go that route as they just passed 11. And getting back in goal was Grogan. Who's the first hockey goalie to score on an empty net? Was it Fuhrer? Gotta look that up. But I mean, down 11-0, you might as well try and score if you're. He loves to bring it up. Good play by Fay, looking for his 4th assist to go along with his 4 goals, as he has 3. And Conley looking for his first goal, and a save by Grogan at the buzzer. So Grogan with his 15th save ends the first period with Mamaroneck leading 11-0, 4 goals and 3 assists for Emmett Fay, leading the way as Tim Summer has 2 goals. Will Martin has a goal and an assist, and JB Connor has 2 goals as well. Teddy Knowles has a goal, and Mamaroneck leads 11-0. We'll be right back with the second half here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, alongside cameraman BJ Person-Peary and Gary Francois, and cameraman and LMC Varsity Sports producer, and all-around good guy, Rob Moretti. I'm Charlie McGraw. That's a penalty. 3rd of the day on Clarkstown South. Man advantage for Mamaroneck. They already scored on the second one, not the first man advantage. That was killed off by Clarkstown South. This is our first playoff game of the spring season. Picked up by Clarkstown South and brought forward.
Come on, Griff, come on!
Good job.
Out of bounds off of Mamaroneck, stay with Clarkstown South. Tom Conley has 2 assists. Court Chambers has an assist. 4 goals, 3 assists for Emmett Fay. Declan Harrigan has an assist. Teddy Knowles has a goal. 2 goals for an assist for JB Connor. Two saves for Jack Denty, who's now out for the backup goalie, Sam Giroux Jr. who's in the game now. And towards the goal, and the shot is bounced wide. Backed up, though, by Clarkstown South. 2 goals for Tim Summer, including a ton of face-off wins, an assist for Max Plonsker, and a goal and an assist for Will Martin. That one wide.
Keep playing hard. Helmet, right in front of you. Down 11-0.
Actually, Will Martin has 2 goals, 2 goals and an assist.
Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Nobody here. Who's here?
Bringing it up will be Curtis Keene. Scored against White Plains. Mamaroneck has extra bodies as they called up 5 or 6 players from Coach Rinaldi's JV team. Mamaroneck has it here. They pass it around. And that shot is saved. Shot taken by Curtis Keene, saved by Grogan, his 15th of the day. Second stringers playing. Violation against Clarkstown South. Delay a game.
Behind you.
Over and back against the Tigers. So Clarkstown South will have it. Mamaroneck played White Plains a week ago in their penultimate regular season game. Like that word, Rob?
Love that word.
The penultimate regular season game. They lost, they beat White Plains 14-4, but the White Plains didn't score until the 4th quarter, all 4 goals against 3rd string goalie Patrick Sundin. Picked up at midfield by Brendan Harrigan, straddling the line, goes forward, passes, and giving a pass can't be handled by the JV call-up Nottingham. Thomas Nochin, if that's him, because Rob got the wrong numbers once again. Actually, they're in the program, but it has to be, because he's wearing 35 and listed as 45. You gotta figure that's him, most likely. Behind the back. No look, pass goes scooped up.
Go, buddy, go!
Brought out by Buddy Spiegel. Passing to Nicholas Carbone. Vikings looking for their first goal. And the nice shot, but a better save there. Sam Giroux's first save of the day as he came in for starting goalie Jack Denty, who had 3 saves. Actually, 2 saves. Second one was more a bouncer that he intercepted. Could go either way. Just giving him an outlet was Grogan, who likes to bring it up, but instead he just passes back to Santos. Santos has it, passes forward, dropped, and then picked up by Gallo, senior Bodie Gallo. Six minutes and 15 seconds gone by, and we have a scoreless third quarter so far. Second stringers playing for Mamaroneck. Starters still in for Clarkstown South. Bodie Gallo shoots it wide, backed up by Mr. Brown, UPS's favorite team, the Brown, Clarkstown South. Color that you don't see on many jerseys anymore, the brown color. High school pro sports. Yeah, Cleveland Browns, the worst NFL team. Because their name is the Brown. It's weird, opposing teams can't handle the turf. A lot of players falling on White Plains last weekend on Clarkstown South. Today, and a score on the pickup and the interception, Max Plonsker, who scored in the first half. Still a backup. He only played a little in the first half. Goal and assist now for Plonsker. He assisted on one of Emmett Fay's 4 goals. So it should be running time now. But after a goal, they stop the clock on running time? Because there they did.
One, Gary Brown! Brown!
So you mean after, so it's actually the 13th.
I think it's after. I don't think.
Get up, Brown!
I'm not going to pretend I know.
Picked up by Clarkstown South. Nearly stolen. Fished around, picked up by Thomas Nottigan.
No chin.
No chin, if Rob is right. Don't.
His brother played. It's no chin.
Yeah, but you were wrong about
No, I was right.
about somebody else. You were wrong.
Doesn't mean I'm wrong about him.
No chin. Shot. Nearly scored by diving Greg Sullivan, but it's wide. No relation to Matt Sullivan. Community sports producer. Although Matt's from Mamaroneck, right? Largemont. And that save made, again, number 17, Thomas Grogan. And he passes up to Troy Clement. Gets by Matt Schneiderman. And we have our first penalty on Mamaroneck of the game. 3 against Clarkstown South earlier in the game, but now number 1 against Mamaroneck, causing havoc. It'll go against Daniel Jewell. Yeah, because it's running clock. I had said that. And actually, that wasn't you who knew after 12 goals. It was the cameraman next to us. It's with a different organization. Unaffiliated, he told me. Highlight tapes. And this one brought in. Man advantage. Jason Carey has it. Passes. And a high shot over the goal by Kyle Samuels. Vikings and fans just inching to get on the board. Another high shot by Carey. Another give and go. Make their playoffs if they could score a couple. Shot and scored. First goal of the day scored by Clarkstown South. Kyle Samuels to Dean Bauman, and the senior Bauman to Samuels. And you know what that means? No more running clock. as it's 12-1. So Kyle Samuels, senior to senior. Kyle Samuels assists Dean Bauman as the two seniors hook up for that goal. Mamaroneck had 7 in the second quarter, 4 in the first, 11 in the first half. It was 11-0 at the half. And now it's 12-1 with a goal here each.
Arlington's up 9-1, third quarter.
Arlington, the 5 seed, is up 9-1 for Clarkstown North. Quarterfinals. Rob told me that score every hour upon every minute. So I have to tell you, or feel like they won't give me a game again. That was a vicious hit. 4th man advantage, but they just scored on that man advantage, did Clarkstown South. 4th, I think Mamaroneck scored only once on the 3-man advantages they've had committed by Clarkstown South, but this one on that blindsided hit by Bodie Gallo. Picked up by Harriet, so it'll be the 5-on-6, 6-on-5, excuse me. Thought about it was Zamit, but Zamit pulled it back instead. Nearly thrown away, and it'll be run down though by the speedy Jack Mullen. Mullen plays it to Schneiderman. Back to Schneiderman, and it's wide. Knocked off the foot of Clarkstown South's Stefano. First time in a while we will not have a home baseball playoff game for Mamaroneck. 2 years ago they were the state champions. Last year they had at least one, maybe 2 home playoff games? 2 home playoff games that we covered. But they'll be away at Suffern on Saturday, and we do not travel. It's not in Rob's budget. That shot is wide. Picked up by Grogan. 55 seconds left. It's still a man advantage. Yeah, it is for Mamaroneck.
Got time?
.30 seconds left. Clarkstown South looking to make it a 10-goal game as Dean Bauman got them on the board with the goal assisted by Kyle Samuels. Ten seconds waiting while here's Bauman, passes to Samuels. Samuels brings it in, double teamed, passes, and it is picked up and saved by Sam Giroux. Second save for Giroux. 12-1. That period was just 1-1. Mamaroneck and Clarkstown South for the scoring in that period. We'll be right back on LMC Varsity Sports final quarter here at Mamaroneck. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside cameraman Gary Francois, BJ Person Peary, and LMC Varsity Sports producer and cameraman Rob Moretti. I'm Charlie McGraw. 12-1, face-off won by Clarkstown South as the two teams switch sides again. And as I did last week against White Plains, they'll split the third and fourth quarter. Will the goalies, the backup goalie Sam Giroux played the third, two saves, 1 goal allowed. And now coming in is Patrick Sundin, who gave up 4 goals against White Plains. Both juniors, Giroux and Sundin. That shot saved by Sundin, first of the game. Good save by Sundin. Last period, Dean Bauman scored the first goal for Clarkstown South. Assisted by Kyle Samuels, and Max Plonker scored for Mamaroneck. That shot is wide. Big hit there by Mullen. Causes the turnover and thrown up by Connor Sundin. That's a penalty against Clarkstown South. A slash. Did not hear it from here. But the refs are still reffing and making calls despite the 11-goal lead for Mamaroneck. It's played to Morris Jensen. Plays it to Jack Porter. Porter to save made by the backup goalie, senior Jack Canataro, excuse me. And that one could be an over in the back. Save, though, made by Matt Schneiderman. Scored goal for Ahed Zamit, assisted by Brendan Harrigan. Ahed Zamit, first goal for Mamaroneck. 13-1. Won by Gabriel Santos. Rare defenseman taking a face-off. Save made, number 2, by Patrick Sundin. Goes off of Mamaroneck. Go to Clarkstown South. Santos will play it from the far sideline with 8:40 remaining in this first round game. Mamaroneck up 13-1 on the Clarkstown South Vikings. Mamaroneck will move on to the quarters to place, well, most likely Arlington, as they're up 9-1 against Clarkstown North. And the two Clarkstown seasons will end. As shot is bounced high of the goal, backed up though. Good defense there by Mamaroneck. As Clarkstown South has it here at the 30-yard line. Is that one played over the head of the intended player? Looking to play the advantage, but instead Mamaroneck will get it back at the 45. And there's just 6:50 remaining.
Right away, right away, right away. Quick, quick, quick. Who's here? Who's here? Martin, come to the ball.
As it'll be
Back to him, back to him.
brought up by Clarkstown South. Games like this, Rob, we should have like a little high school student, and he could do like the final 6 minutes announcing. And you know, could get ready for the post game. It's not in the, Rob would say it's not in the budget. That's the word of the day. It looks like though, as long as we don't interview him, and since we can interview anybody, Emmett had the big game, but I don't know. We'll decide after. Maybe. Goal scored again. Ayad Zamit is hot. 2 goals in a row, unassisted that one. And it's running clock after the goal, 14-1.
What did we say? 16.
Second goal scored on the backup goalie, the senior Jack Canatero. He came in after the third quarter. It's 12-1 coming into the third. That one by Santos. So number 1 faceoff man still in there for Clarkstown South. And South doesn't really have a deep bench. I mean, Mamaroneck has about 20, 25 kids on their bench. Clarkstown South has about 11. Could barely scrimmage each other. Shot scored. Kyle Samuels, his first goal of the game, unassisted, and he has an assist and a goal now, and 2 goals for Clarkstown South. So Dean Bauman has a goal, and now Samuels has a goal and assist for the senior, and it's a 12-goal lead for Mamaroneck with 3:38 and counting as running time with a 12-goal lead. What? Won by Mamaroneck on that face-off. Actually, Matt Mullen won that face-off. So using 2 timeouts and 1 timeout for Mamaroneck. Mark Levo used 2 in the first half. Mamaroneck used 1. Neither team has used 1 in the second half. It's kept the pace going. Short of the goal and picked up by the goalie Sundin. and brought forward. By Mamaroneck. Off of Mamaroneck, it'll go. Zamit knocked it out. He's looking for a hat trick, fourth quarter hat trick. 14-2, 1 minute 30 seconds left. Mamaroneck playing number 5 Arlington as they led 9-1 in the third quarter against Clarkstown South. Rob got his Twitter filled from a Poughkeepsie Journal writer. They're affiliated with the Journal News, both Gannett. He has the column they had, a couple of the articles they had on the articles on officiating. One of the writers was from the Poughkeepsie Journal. Was that one brought in? Foul against Clarkstown South. Final minute, Mamaroneck will have it, and bringing it up will be the goalie Sundin, who will play it high and wide of his teammate. And it'll go to the Mamaroneck bench where Emmett Fay catches it. And it'll be Clarkstown South ball with the clock winding down and just 40 seconds left. Mamaroneck up by 12, 14-2. 2 touchdowns for the Tigers and a safety for Clarkstown South. That one's stolen by Mamaroneck. Brought up here was Max Plonsker, who has a goal and assist. He got through the check and he makes a man miss. And an illegal play by Plonsker, but it'll end the game. 14-2, Mamaroneck beats the Clarkstown South Vikings as 4 goals and 3 assists for Emmett Fay, leading the way. And they will be right back with the post-game show and interviews here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here in the post-game show with Emmett Fay. And Emmett, it was a good win for you guys. It took you a little while to get going. 9 minutes here, it was still just 1-0. Then you guys were able to explode on offense. What did you contribute to the little slow start?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just playoff jitters. We were out here warming up for an hour waiting for the other team, but I think as the playoffs go on, I think we're gonna work on that. I think we're gonna have to start fast against these teams coming up, like Arlington, Lakeland Panis, Mayapack, or whoever it might be. So we definitely have to fix that, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. This team is not. Yeah, we got that.
And with the 14-2 win over Clarkstown South today, it's not going to be as easy as that next game against Arlington. It'll be like a much different level. What will you guys have to do in practice tomorrow to get ready for a whole different level of competition?
I mean, yeah, coach prepares us really well with great scouting report every game, so we're definitely going to study that tonight and tomorrow. But I think it just comes down to us and just how we can execute on offense and defense. And I think as long as Jack plays well in goal, which I know he will, and Daniel plays well on defense, just our core guys just step up, I think we're going to be fine.
You were in the zone again on offense, 4 goals, 3 assists. In less than a half, basically, because you only played like the first half. So what were you able to do out there to get in the zone so quickly?
I mean, my guys were moving around for me. Teddy Knowles had a good look and a good shot. Me and him were always on the same page. But yeah, my guys were moving around, coach. We have a constant motion on offense, so it works out for me because I'm usually the guy with the ball in my stick and makes it easy for me to find my teammates.
Back here in the post-game show with Coach Jeff Barnard. And Coach, today was a good warm-up for your next game against Arlington. A little slow start, only 1 goal in the first 9 minutes, but then you guys got clicking, going fast. What did you like from your team out there today?
I like that our guys keep playing hard. We just weren't. I think we were a little nervous in the beginning just to get rolling and then just kind of realize what we could do against them.
And what would you like to see from your team in your next effort in the quarterfinals against Arlington?
Well, we need to minimize mistakes, do the little things, get rebounds, pick up ground balls. you know, and not let guys get topside on defense. And we need to do all the little things correctly in order to keep moving on.
Back here on the postgame show, final score was 14-2. Mamaroneck in the first round, they defeat Clarkstown South, and Clarkstown South finishes the year 4-13. Mamaroneck is now 11-6. Mamaroneck will face number 5 Arlington here in 2 days on Friday, and that should be a great game. The 4-seed Tigers versus the 5-seed Arlington, and so we'll see what Mamaroneck can do in that game. A lot of people to thank for today's telecast, including the CEO, Eric Lewis, the COO, Matt Sullivan. Community sports producer is Mr. Rob Moretti. For our camera crew, who did a great job today, Gary Francois, DJ Person Peary, and Rob Moretti. Once again, I'm Troy McGraw saying thanks so much for watching, and have a great evening.